Hey there, fellow explorers. Ready for another deep dive?
Always ready. What are we diving into today?
Well, today we're putting on our meteorologist hats.
Ooh, sounds like fun. Are we gonna, predict the weather?
Not exactly. Today we're going to follow the story of Mia and Noah.
Mia and Noah, who are they?
They're siblings who decided to become weather scientists for a whole day. And they did some really cool experiments, too.
Whoa, experiments, like in a lab.
Nope, they did them right at home, using stuff everyone probably has. They wanted to learn about all sorts of things.
Like what?
Well, like which way the wind blows, how much rain falls when it rains, how clouds form, even how the sun can make things hot.
That sounds amazing. I wish I was a kid again so I could join them.
Well, it's never too late to learn. We can all be weather scientists today, right along with Mia and Noah. So the story starts with Noah looking up at the sky and seeing the clouds moving super fast.
I bet he was wondering why they move, huh?
He was. He asked his big sister Mia, why do the clouds zoom across the sky like that? And Mia, being the awesome big sis she is, said, let's become weather detectives and find out. Their first mission was to figure out which way the wind was blowing.
Ah, yes, the wind. It's like an invisible force, right? So how did they see it?
They got really clever. They tied a ribbon to a stick and held it up high.
Oh, I bet the ribbon showed them.
It did. The wind pushed the ribbon, and they could see exactly which way it was going.
That's so simple, but brilliant. I bet anyone listening can try that at home, right?
Absolutely. Just grab any ribbon and a stick, and boom, you're a wind detective. Okay, next up. Mia and Noah wanted to measure how much rain falls when it rains.
Ah, yes. Measuring is super important in science. How did they do that?
They made a rain gauge. It's like a special cup for catching raindrops.
Wait, but what if it wasn't raining?
Well, that's okay. It's always good to be prepared. Right?
Hmm.
So even if it wasn't raining that day, they'd be ready if it did rain later.
Very true. So they had their wind detector and their rain gauge. What other cool weather science did they explore?
Well, this is the coolest part. They decided to try and make their own cloud.
Whoa, hold on. Make a cloud. Is that even possible?
It is, and it's not as hard as you might think. They use just a few things. Hot water, a plate, and some ice.
Wait, seriously? Just those things?
Yep. They poured the hot water into a jar and covered the top with a plate. Then they put the ice on top of the plate, and for a little bit,
Tell me.
a mini cloud appeared inside the jar.
No way! That's incredible! But I bet there's some serious science behind that, right?
Oh, there is. It all comes down to something called condensation. You know how when you take a hot shower and the bathroom mirror gets all foggy?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Well, that's condensation. The hot water from the shower makes steam, and when the steam hits the cold mirror, it turns back into tiny water drops, which make the mirror all foggy.
Oh, I get it. So when Mia and Noah put the ice on the plate, it cooled down the steam from the hot water, and that made it turn back into tiny water drops, which formed a cloud.
Exactly. So cool, right? But they weren't done yet. Their final experiment was all about learning about the sun's power.
The sun. Like how hot it gets.
Yep. They built their own thermometer using just a clear bottle, water, food coloring, and a straw.
I've never built a thermometer. What did they do?
First, they filled the bottle with water and added a couple of drops of food coloring. Then, they carefully put a straw in the bottle, making sure it didn't touch the bottom. Then, they put the bottle in the sunlight. And something really neat happened. The water level in the straw started to rise.
Whoa, really? Why did that happen?
The sun's heat made the air inside the bottle expand. As the air expanded, it pushed the water up the straw.
Wow, that's awesome. So the sun, the clouds, the wind, the rain. Mia and Noah learned about all sorts of weather that day.
They did. And they wrote down all their findings in their weather journal. I bet they were so proud of all the amazing weather science they learned.
It just goes to show that you don't need a fancy lab to be a scientist. You can explore the world around you and discover cool things right in your own backyard.
So true. And you know what? I think I might try some of these experiments myself. They sound like so much fun.
Me too. And it makes me wonder, what other cool things about the weather could we investigate? Maybe rainbows? Or snowflakes?
Those are great ideas. Well, listeners, I hope you're feeling inspired to become weather scientists too. Keep your eyes on the sky and never stop being curious about the world around you.
And who knows, maybe you'll make some amazing discoveries too.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. See you next time.